Question 11. Flames love. Oh, what a romantic name. Hi Loy, just a quick question. What do you think, when will tourist visa open for Pakistanis? Very hard, boss, very hard. When your country is bankrupt and when our Pakistanis are going through a tough time, and UAE is not your friend. UAE doesn't give a fuck whether you're Pakistani, Bangladeshi, Indian. You have the money, you're going to be beneficial to them. You can increase the GDP, you can increase the high net worth, you can increase investments, they will love you. You can't do all that, you're not rich, you're not influential, you don't give a fuck. Okay. So when is it opening for Indians and Pakistanis? Because a lot of them want to go there. Simple, if you have money, you can go there. If you're influential, you can go there. If you're a normal Joe, and like in your case, normal example, normal Mohammed, who is just who's worried even of the expenses of the hotel and taxi fare and airline. They don't want people like you, my friend. Especially during the COVID pandemic. They want only high net worth individuals, big money. Question 12. Greg McLaughlin. Oh yes, it's my Irish. Sounds like Irish. First wife was Irish. Okay. What are the Gulf states, or what are the Gulf states with funding extremism? Or which are the Gulf states? Or why do Gulf states fund extremism? See, it depends on the narrative. They'll say Qatar is funding extremists. Who says that? USA. USA has funded Taliban. USA created the Taliban. USA created the ISIS and funded them. US provides weapons to these guys. US created and empowered Saddam Hussein. US was dealing with even Gaddafi. I mean, should we not talk about that? See, you're just looking at the Gulf. Look at the West. Why is US doing it? Why is UK doing it? Weapons of mass destruction. They killed so many people. Tony Blair. Where was the weapons of mass destruction? But for that very reason, you killed families. Who's going to hold you accountable? What's the answer there? So, my answer to your question is, it depends on the narrative. Okay, understand the narrative. And understand who is bringing out these terms. US, when it talks of China, the evil regime or the terrorist group. Well, these are the words they're using for marketing. China must be using the same, the evil regime of US, the terrorist group of US. See, US likes to portray itself as red, blue, star-spangled banner and the champion of human rights. When they themselves, look what they did in Afghanistan. They're fucking losers. So, understand your question and, understand the narrative, So it's the Gulf states will support who they want to support, who is beneficial for their country. Exactly like the US will support whom they feel beneficial at that point of time. Okay, so keep that in mind. Finally, question 13, Yusuf Hamid. Do you think it's worth to work long-term versus short-term in the UAE as expat, given the amount of discrimination and racism that is there? The pay is higher, but at what cost? Here's my answer to you, Yusuf Hamid. Can you name one country where there is no racism at all? Canada has no racism. US has no racism. UK has no racism. Come on. Pakistan has no racism. India has no racism. Every country has racism. Okay. Only difference is some countries it's a bit more explicit and some countries it's a bit more implicit. Like for example, in Canada, you will assume there's zero racism. I know quite a number of Canadians who prefer not working with the Africans. I know some who just don't want to have an Afghani. I know there are so many peaceful, loving Swede or people in Switzerland who don't want a Muslim. So this kind of preference is always there. So I would just say that accept the fact that there is racism everywhere in the world. The question is how intelligently you can work around these limitations. Okay. Now, with the question of short term and long term, I always tell people stick around as long as your earnings are greater than your expense and your savings are growing. As long as that equation is taking place, stay. Because one day, if you're not a citizen of a country and they throw you back, then once you go back to your country, nobody will want to know you. So you'll have to start from zero. You'll not have a job. Nobody will accept you. Your friends will be dead. They'll be old. The new generation doesn't want to know you. So you'll have to make sure that you have enough and more money. Okay? So the thumb rule that I give people is stay in a country that doesn't offer you a visa or is racist, as long as the number one, your earnings are more than your expense. Number two, your savings are constantly growing. And number three is, if you're an employee, there's always plan to grow. Because as age catches up, your options die out. So anyway, these were the questions that are asked to me by other people. This is the first of Ask Me Anything. Many other Ask Me Anything. I'll be answering them slowly, slow by slow. And let me know if I'm wrong anywhere. Give me your thoughts. And guys, this is me signing off. You guys take care. Ciao.
Are you fed up of life? Earning a pathetic salary, working long hours, having an ungrateful boss, facing office politics, the constant fear of losing your job, and after paying rent, groceries, shopping, and children's expenses, you are left with hardly any savings. Is this the life you dreamed of? Or do you wish to change your life forever? Meet Loy Macedo, the world's #1 personal branding coach. He will help you identify the real you, position and sell yourself by getting the job of your dreams, and make good money anywhere in the world. If you do not believe me, Google his name, Loy Macedo, and you will find 2 million web links online and over 200 recommendations from very happy clients. So the question is, do you want to change your life? If yes, then contact Loy Macedo. www.loymacedo.com. Who is loymacedo.com? Thinkpersonalbranding.com. What are you waiting for? Do it now.